Now we're going to work on mobilizing the knee a bit more. So this is the same as the ankle. We're just pulsing forward and back, forward and back. So to start, let's just spend maybe 30 seconds just sinking into the movement. We should be solid and stable throughout. So find a position where you can do this safely, even if you need to sit down on your heel, even the tiniest movement, whatever you need to do. Again, the golden rule, whatever you can do pain-free, that's what you do. That's where you start, no matter how small the movement. So again, knee pain, you want to think ankle, you want to think hip as well. So a lot of these are going to be similar, but this is going to be obviously focused on the knee. The ways we can begin to influence the mechanics of the knee in a very gentle way is by creating a bit of slack at the front of the knee, around the kneecap, as we flex the knee. So the general idea is when joints are opening, so say this is my shin and this is my femur and that's the knee as it opens, as we flex, is we want to create a bit of slack. We want to create a bit of space for those joints to open into. And again, if you go back to the previous video, we'll have assessed the tissue there, and maybe say you're getting pain here, and you find that this isn't really moving. We're not able to create that slack in the front of the knee. Maybe that's what's causing the pain. Maybe, maybe not. But let's have a look. So we want to, as we pulse forward, we're just going to create a bit of slack in the front of the knee. So you can go with your palm, the top of the knee, and you're just taking that slack that way. And then with your fingers, you're going to scoop. Hopefully you can see the skin scooping up. And now I've bunched up the skin at the front of the knee. And I want to bunch that up and create a bit of slack as I lunge forward, effectively creating space for the joint to open into. Perhaps now the nerves can move a bit more freely, things are a bit more comfortable. If you find that improves, spend a bit of time here. Explore that range of motion, gently pulsing forward and back. And you can let go on the way back. You don't need that extra slack, because that might affect the back of the knee. So bunching up the skin, flexing. Maybe I find at this point it gets sore, so I back off. Pain-free range of motion is this much, so that's what I move within. Spend about a minute creating that slack, and then I challenge the range of motion a bit more. Maybe I find I've expanded that, and again that's telling me I can change my pain, I can control my pain, and simply by moving. And this is an important thing to understand, again going back to our pain science, is that if movement makes it better, then it's not broken. Because if you break a leg, walking on it more doesn't make it better, it needs rest. But in a lot of chronic cases, it's not about tissue damage anymore. It's about that sensitivity, that anticipation of a problem, and that protective tension that's built as a consequence. So explore this, and again, same as the ankle, we can go a bit more in towards the big toe. And you can create slack a bit more in. There are ligaments here as well, and maybe your pain is here. But wherever your pain is in the knee, let's try these different options, because where the pain is coming from could be all sorts of things. So we don't want to be limited in our approach. So let's create a bit of slack here and drive the knee a bit more in. And then maybe we want to try driving the knee out, and we're creating that bit of slack on the outside. And we're driving out. So again, the basic movement is the same as the ankle, but we're just creating a bit of change to the tissues here, focusing a bit more on what's happening at the knee, and we're going to see what change we can create. Is it positive, is it negative? Let's take notes, let's play around, let's familiarize ourselves with what's happening, and hopefully get an improvement.